Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be covering the basics of braiding. The basics of braiding, you may say, but yeah, the basics of braiding. Because I've had to search high and low for every single braiding technique and I've had to teach myself. But I thought it would be really amazing if I made a video covering every single braid. The basic braids, not every single braid. I can't make every single braid. But yeah, this video is going to be covering the basics. I hope it doesn't get that long, so I'm just going to go ahead and start off and stop talking. I'm going to start off with a simple normal braid because I know that there are people that don't know how to braid, and I personally think that this is the easiest way to start. Just master this and then you can go ahead and go off to the harder and more complicated braids. Just take your hair and divide it into 3 sections. So you have one section on the right, one section in the center, and one on the left, like this. Kind of try to make them the same size. My hair is kind of in layers, but I'm trying. Okay, so here we go. Now the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take the left and bring it over the center piece, like that. And now your left is the new center piece. And now you're going to take the right piece and bring it over the center, like that. Okay, and now your right is the new center. So you're going to go ahead and bring the left over the center again. And then bring the right over the center again, like that. And now bring the left over the center and the right over the center. And just repeat that until you get to the bottom. And that is the normal braid. And now once you master this, you can go ahead and make the more complicated versions of this, like French braiding and waterfall braiding and Dutch braiding. From the basic braiding, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the French braiding. You're just going to take a section from the top and divide it into 3. And now that you have your 3 sections up here, you're going to do what I did in the basic braiding. Just bring the left over the center, the right over the center. Just do that one time, so you have that. And now, before bringing the left over the center again, you're going to add a little piece of hair to that. Just add some hair to that section before incorporating it into the braid. So add hair and then bring that over the center. And now do the same with the right. Add some hair from beside it and bring it over the center. Now add some more hair to the left and bring it over the center. And then add some more hair to the right and bring it into the center. Add some more hair to the left, kind of took all the hair, and bring it over the center. And then once you have all your hair in here, just continue to braid it normally. And that is how you French braid. And now the next variation of the normal braid is the waterfall braid. So you're just going to start at the top again and divide it into 3 sections. And you're just going to take the left over the middle and then the right over the middle and hold that right there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to add more hair to the left section, which is this, before you incorporate it into the braid. Just a little bit of hair because we don't want the entire thing. And then bring it over the center. And now you would think that you add more hair to the right before bringing it over the center, but what you're going to do is let that go. Take a new piece of hair right beside it, and that is going to be your new piece, and just bring it over the center, like that. Okay, and now repeat what I just did, just add more hair to the left before bringing it over the center, and then let go of the right one and take a new piece of hair. And bring that over the center. Now add a new piece of hair bring it over and take a new piece of hair. Use that as your right strand and bring it over the center. Ta-da! That is how you waterfall braid. And then once you have come down to a comfortable length, then just use some bobby pins and pinch it down here. And you're done with one side of the waterfall braid. Next up, oopsie, is the Dutch braid. Now the Dutch braid is like normal braiding, except instead of weaving over the centerpiece, you weave under the centerpiece. It's not as complicated as it sounds, so I'm just gonna get to it. I'm just gonna start with a section of hair up here, not all of it. Divide it into 3 sections. Once you have your 3 sections, you're gonna start braiding, but you're not gonna braid in the same way. This is how we're gonna do it. Okay, so you have your left, your center, and your right section. As always, you're gonna start with the left, but instead of putting it over the centerpiece, you're gonna bring it under the centerpiece, like that. And now you're gonna take the right, and you're gonna bring it under the centerpiece. And you're just gonna repeat that. But since I'm doing it from the top, I'm gonna add more hair to the left section, and then bring it under the center section, and then add more hair to the right section, and bring it under the center section. So I'm kind of doing an inverted French braid, and then add more hair to the left section, and bring it under the center, and add more hair to the right, and bring it under the center. And you're just going to repeat that until you finish the entire thing. Up next is the oh-so famous fishtail braid. Now this looks very intricate and complicated, but it's really easy. And I, for one, like when I first tried to do this, I failed and I gave up and I said, I'm never going to be able to fishtail braid. Oh, why do I keep calling it French braid? I'm never going to be able to fishtail braid. And then I gave it another try and I realized what I was doing wrong, and it's really easy and I'm going to show you how to do it, so just keep watching. For beginners, take a ponytail and tie your hair at the base or wherever you're going to do this braid. Now what I like to do to make it look prettier is to loop your hair through here like everybody knows how to do, just like that. Now what you do is divide it into 2 sections. You're just gonna get this done. Okay, you can start on either side. You're gonna take a tiny piece from the back of one side and bring it over to the front of the other side, like that. And now you're going to take a piece of the back of this other side and bring it over the front and to the other side. It's important that you take the piece from the back and cross it over to the front, because otherwise you will not get this, and that's what I was doing wrong. Because people would tell me, oh, just take a piece from one side and bring it over to the other side. They never told me they had to be from the back and then I had to cross it over the front and bring it over to the other side, otherwise it wouldn't work. And that's how I finally had my eureka moment and I finally figured it out. So just take pieces from the back of one side and bring it over to the other side. And repeat that until you are at the bottom of your hair. This is the most time-consuming braid of all, but it is also one of the prettiest, so just bear with me and you will get a really pretty braid. And just repeat what I'm doing over and over again. Take a piece from the back and bring it over to the front. Back of one side, front of the other. The sizes of the pieces that you cross over will kind of determine how the braid is gonna look. I really don't care like if I take thin or thick pieces, because I don't care how my braid looks. It always looks kind of messy, and that's because I don't care about the pieces. But if you take thinner pieces, the braid will look more intricate and more complicated. So you might want to do that. Take really thin pieces instead of, you know, whatever size pieces like I'm doing. Once you're at the bottom, you just tie it off, and that is your fishtail braid. If you watched this until the end, I congratulate you from the bottom of my heart. But that is my basic guide to braiding. With those basic braids, you can create a lot of different hairstyles, and you can wear them to formal events or just out on a daily basis, I guess, if you want. But anyways, I hope I was helpful, and if you have any questions, just leave them below and I'll answer them as soon as possible. Take care, guys.